In the hushed anticipation before a new Premier League season, Old Trafford finds itself perched on the edge of a moment that could redefine Manchester United's trajectory for years to come. The club's supporters have learned to temper optimism with the hard realities of modern football, but the whispers surrounding Beleba, a name once confined to rumor mills and highlight reels, are now moving from rumor to near certainty. If paperwork aligns, if medicals go smoothly, if the unveiling happens with the flourish that only United can muster, Beleba could become the spellbinding signing that re-energizes a club starved of moments that remind the world of its grandeur. Beleba's profile has endured a quiet, steady ascent rather than a meteoric rise. A player whose blend of athleticism, technical nuance, and robust intelligence places him in the rare bracket of footballers who can influence both ends of the pitch. He arrives at Old Trafford with a reputation built on decisive contributions in high-stakes environments, late goals, clever one-twos in tight spaces, and a versatility that sees him thrive as a creator in midfield or a closer in the final third. For United, the appeal is not merely statistical, it's the championship pedigree that comes with a player who has faced pressure, expectation, and scrutiny and emerged with his dignity intact and his quality undeniable. The tactical case for Beleba is compelling. He embodies a modern footballer who can operate across several systems, a creative force who can unlock compact defenses with vision and precision. In Premier League terms, his ability to press with organization, recover possession through relentless work rate, and transition quickly into attacking transitions makes him a valuable asset in Ten Hag's evolving plan. United fans have grown accustomed to a midfield 3 or 4 that can dominate possession when in the ascendancy and hit brisk counterattacks when the moment demands it. Beleba's presence promises to tilt those balances in favor of United in midfield duels, allowing more freedom for the likes of the more dynamic wingers and the central striker to exploit spaces that were previously a problem against stubborn backlines. The Old Trafford atmospherics are not simply about what Beleba can do with the ball, but what his arrival signals about the club's direction. For a side that has flirted with both the nadirs of inconsistency and the peaks of potential, Beleba's signing would be a statement of intent, a declaration that United intend to compete at the highest level with a squad that blends homegrown grit with international-grade talent. The club's leadership has long sought to re-establish a clear identity, one that marries the venerable tradition of United's attacking bravery with modern efficiency and strategic depth. Beleba's profile suggests he could be a keystone in that rebuilding project, a player whose contributions become a catalyst for a broader uplift across the roster. From a development perspective, Beleba's impact could extend beyond immediate on-pitch performance. If he settles quickly into Ten Hag's system, the signing could have a cascading effect on younger players and new recruits. Mentoring, tactical discipline, and a fresh benchmark for professionalism could permeate the dressing room, helping to normalize a culture of relentless improvement. Manchester United's academy landscape, historically rich with talent, would benefit from a senior figure who embodies both the club's heritage and its ambitions for a more modern, globally competitive project. Beleba's presence could accelerate the maturation of emerging stars, offering a practical template of how to combine flair with consistency. Of course, the road to a successful signing is paved with caveats. The Premier League is unforgiving, and a player arriving with immense potential must prove his adaptability quickly. The step up in intensity, the relentless schedule, and the scrutiny of a club with a global fan base can test even the most seasoned footballers. Beleba's ability to acclimate to the cultural and tactical nuances of Manchester and to the scrutiny that accompanies a club of United's stature will be as telling as his technical proficiency. Critics will point to the big-money nature of such deals, questioning whether a player can justify the investment in the long term. Die-hard supporters, however, tend to measure a signing's worth not just by goals and assists, but by the degree to which a player elevates the collective. The medical, contractual, and logistical pieces of the puzzle are equally crucial. The transfer market operates with a level of precision that often demands near-perfect timing. A negotiated fee, a personal terms agreement, a successful medical, and an approved work permit where applicable must converge to create the moment of unveiling. For Beleba, these steps are not mere formalities, they represent the culmination of a dossier built across seasons, clubs, and competitions. When and if the contract is signed, the real work begins: integration into a system that stresses pressing intensity, positional flexibility, and an emphasis on spatial awareness in attack. Supporters' imagination has already started to map Beleba's potential moments at Old Trafford. A late equalizer against a rival, a decisive assist in a high-stakes cup tie, a central role in a fluid, fast-paced attacking unit that can outpace more physically imposing teams. The narratives write themselves, Beleba linking with a dynamic forward line, threading through balls into channels, arriving late in the box to finished moves, or delivering that audacious strike from distance that reaffirms United's presence in the narrative of the season. The theater of football is not merely about the play on the pitch, it's about the stories that fans tell in pubs, living rooms, and on social media. Beleba's arrival promises to generate a fresh wave of narrative energy, reigniting the imagination of a supporter base that craves moments of genuine wonder. Old Trafford's infrastructure, too, plays a role in shaping the potential success of this signing. A club with a storied legacy must ensure that every element, training facilities, medical staff, analysis departments, and the support network aligns with the elevated expectations that Beleba's transfer embodies. The city's fabric, the club's global reach, and the medley of languages and cultures represented within the squad create a unique environment in which a player can thrive if properly supported. Ten Hag's leadership will be put to the test in integrating Beleba into a cohesive unit, balancing the urge to unleash attacking talent with the discipline necessary to sustain performance across a demanding calendar. In the broader context of European football, Beleba's move is a reminder of how the modern game blends the romance of long-standing clubs with the pragmatism of smart recruitment. Manchester United's transfer strategy, which blends measured risk with high upside, reflects an era in which data-driven analysis, scouting networks, and player psychology intersect with the art and emotion of football. Beleba's signing could be a testament to that approach, a product of meticulous evaluation and patient negotiation rather than a rash impulse. If successful, the deal could influence how other clubs approach similar targets, demonstrating that a well-timed, well-supported acquisition can reshape a season's entire arc. As the transfer window progresses, the football world will watch with bated breath for the moment Beleba becomes a Manchester United player in the official sense. Until then, the aura of possibility lingers in the corridors of the training ground, the press conferences, and the social feeds of supporters who envision the club reclaiming its place among Europe's elite. The next chapter at Old Trafford could be written not only in goals and assists but in the intangible energy that a transformative signing can unleash: renewed belief, a shared purpose, and a renewed conviction that Manchester United is back in the business of making history. For Beleba, the challenge is clear: translate potential into consistently outstanding performances across a season, do so within a demanding tactical framework, and become not just a star, but a durable contributor to a team striving for silverware. For United, the reward is equally clear: a player who can catalyze a broader uplift, elevate the standards within the squad, and help restore the sense that, on any given match day, Old Trafford is the epicenter of a league that reveres both tradition and evolution. If Beleba crosses the threshold into the United fold, supporters will rightly celebrate a moment that feels both earned and earned again, a signing that embodies the patient, strategic optimism that defines modern football at its best. The spell may begin with the ceremonial handshake and the first training ground photo, but its true magic will be measured by the performances that follow, the resilience shown in tough stretches, and the joy of witnessing a talent rise to the occasion on the grandest stages. Old Trafford, in that sense, has every reason to prepare for a spellbinding era.